Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Mike, and thanks for jumping on with me again this morning. We're continuing a conversation about marketing content because I know it gets hard. Sometimes we get writer's cramp. Sometimes we want to get our message out, but we're not really sure what we should be speaking about, what our content should be for today. So I'm trying to give you as many different ideas as I can in the time we have this week. So let's just pick right back up. I'm going to jump into another category, home improvement. Well, this is a pretty long list. The ideas just seem to go on, but let's just get into them. How about getting your home ready for summer ideas? I know my wife has a rug every year, and it's a big, heavy rug, and I've got to change this thing out about this time every year, and then when the weather starts getting colder, I've got to put the winter rug back in, right? Getting your home ready for summer. Spring planting ideas, gardening tips, swimming pool maintenance. Now you might be saying right now, what's this have to do with me being a real estate agent? Nothing and everything. You should be hopefully the top of mind, relevant advisor for everything that has to do with home. Everything that has to do with home. So right back into the tips. Swimming pool maintenance. How do you know if you need a new roof or not? How do you know if it's a claimable event on your homeowner's insurance policy? What if you interviewed a local roofer and you tried to explore some of these ideas? I know I replaced my roof 2 summers ago, and my neighbor was able to get hail damage compensation from her insurance company, but I wasn't. How can my neighbor have hail damage and I don't? Interview a local roofer. Getting an energy audit from one of the electric providers. Painting. Interview a local painting business owner, or paint store business owner. Talk about this year's hot colors. Preparing your interior for interior painting. Preparing your exterior for interior painting. Pros and cons of solar power. Here in our office, Dwayne has solar panels on his house. Why don't you explore the pros and cons of that? Because people are wondering, right? And is there relief for the cost of installing the solar panels? And what do I have to do to get that compensation? What's a smart home? Should I choose Alexa or Google? Smart doorbells and video surveillance. How do they work? Can I install them myself? Should I need to hire somebody to do it? Lighting controls, smart thermostats. What's a green home? Green home versus LEED certification. What is that? What's the difference? Should I update the home? Should I renovate the home? How do I know? What is my return of investment? What kind of return on investment can I expect from various home improvement projects? How about smart appliances? What are they? How do they work? Why should I consider them? Indoor and outdoor living spaces. Outdoor living spaces have become real popular, right? What are some examples? What kind of cost? Maybe you interview a contractor that installs these. Backyard kitchens, grilling tips. Like I'm a big green egg person. What are some tips? I could do some tips on using my big green egg. You want to shift gears for a second? Because I can keep going on home improvement ideas. You just never run out of content once you get themes like this, right? How about community involvement? Are there volunteer opportunities in your community? Hospitals, crisis centers, homeless shelters, neighborhood watch programs, libraries? Could you interview people on your HOA board? Talk about the community. Talk about the issues facing the community and the plans to address those issues. Talk about what it's like to being on the neighborhood HOA board, the positives and negatives. And as somebody who's done that, I would say, you put a lot of time into it, and you do it because you want the neighborhood to be the kind of neighborhood you always wanted to live in. The downside is the unwarranted, harsh, uneducated criticism that can come with this. We're all just trying to do the best we can. If you have a suggestion, if you want to jump in and help, that's great. If you just want to be mean and nasty, keep it to yourself. There's some ideas for you. And that is weeks and weeks of content for what we've just covered so far this week. You know my contention with this? When we want to, we seek ideas. Those of you that want to, you're furiously jotting these notes down. And maybe you'll go back to this recording and pick up the ones that you couldn't write fast enough to keep up with. Maybe you get Monday and Tuesday's ideas. Those of you that want to, that's what you do. Those of you that don't want to, come up with reasons why you can't and dismiss any idea that's suggested to you. I guess it's just a matter of who you are. But if you were to take action on these and you were to build your daily message and you were getting it out there to your people on a very frequent basis, very frequent, every day, too many of you are scared to death of frequency. You're afraid of over-communicating with people, of becoming annoying. And what I will say to you is, you can't possibly do it. You would have to do so much, it would be impossible. Do you remember the video I shared with you a couple of weeks ago from Gary Vaynerchuk, who's one of the leading experts on social media in our space, right? And Gary was saying that his recommendation was that you put how many videos out there a day? Do you remember? 8 to 15. And for some of you, that seems like crazy. Like I couldn't come up with 8 to 15 ideas. And for many of us, most of us, almost all of us, were worried that that would be too much and I would annoy people. And Gary and myself say, you're so far from annoying people, it's not even funny. Your ego wants you to believe that everybody sees everything you put out there and they're paying attention. It's not true. You might need to put out 15 a day to get people to even notice you're alive. Quit worried about that stuff. Frequency builds relevancy. And I can show you example of businesses all around you where that's true. The point of our series for this week is to give you ideas, to spur ideas, to create your content every day. And if you did, what do you think? Would you be going out and making it happen for yourself today?